The most intense, thrilling, electrifying sport on the planet. Mixed martial arts. You've been looking for the definitive podcast to call your new home to hear everything about it. The search is over. This is the MMAnomaly Show. No filter. Bringing you the hottest MMA breakdowns straight from the heart of the octagon. This show is all about MMA breakdowns. For fans, by fans. We're talking UFC, MMA, and the occasional big boxing match. We'll bring our unique take on how these fights are going to play out and who we think are the best bets. Welcome to the MMAnomaly Show. No filter. And now your hosts, Olin, a.k.a. MMAnomaly, and Emiliano, a.k.a. Jive Turkey Nano.
What is up, fight fans? Welcome back to another episode of the MMAnomaly Show, No Filter. As you have probably realized, this is out of our normal streaming schedule. This is out of our normal streaming style of going live. Guys, we're doing a little impromptu show here on the fly, as you will, because I mean, sometimes you can't control the weather, as they say. And with that being said, we've got just a little bit of And so with that being said, we have a little bit of breaking news. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, fight fans of all ages. I almost hate to admit to this breaking news. Nano, you're the one that broke it to me, so I think it's only best that you break it to the people. What happened?
Man, when life gives you lemons, you make some lemonade. So we were casually recapping our episode when we realized on the Instagrams, according to ESPN MMA and Full Send MMA and Dana White himself, Jon Jones is officially out of UFC 295 here November 11th. Johnny Bones Jones has an injury to one of his bones, a ligament injury here, and unfortunately going to put him out for 8 months. Yikes. R.I.P. Jon Jones, man. Unfortunate, very shocking. Very looking forward to that card, not only because it's the day before my birthday, but Jon Jones is one of the most polarizing figures in all of sports, especially in UFC, especially in the MMA, especially in the octagon.
The news goes.
So, no more Stipe, no more Jon Jones. Now, the show must go on, and what better way than to get the two next biggest dogs, the two of the best in the heavyweight division right now. We got Tom Aspinall squaring off against Sergey Pavlovich, replacing them as a co-main event and the interim heavyweight championship of the world. Let's go. Shocking.
Let's go, dude.
Shocking.
I fucking love that. So, you know, I truly wish that I could say that I'm shocked that Johnny Bones Jones pulled out of a fight. I mean, he hasn't fought in 3 years, and then we thought that we were going to see him fight again within 12 months. Fuck out of here. We're the chumps, not him. Come on. He had a peck. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, can't get fooled again, or whatever George Bush said.
Can't get fooled again.
Fool me 3 times, can't get fooled again. So I got to say, first and foremost, Nano. I mean, we were just chatting it up, taking shots, just shooting the shit, and you broke this crazy news.
All right, good job, champ.
My goodness, my God.
Whoa, that was cool.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that was wild. So, love that you broke the news to me like that. Guys, I mean, usually when it rains, it pours. But this time, when it rains, it also gives an umbrella. And in the shape of Sergey Pavlovich and Tommy Aspinall. So Tommy Aspinall versus Sergey Pavlovich is one of those fights that is absolutely interesting. It's got me chomping at the bit. I'll be completely honest with you, Nano. This is one that, oh man, I almost don't want to say this out loud because it's given way to the UFC for these fucking price gouging tickets that they sell. This is a fight that I'd rather spend $1,500 to go cage side for than Jon Jones versus Stipe. Reason being, these are two young guys who want it. These are two young guys who are hungry. These are two young guys who, dare I say, are dogs. I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this. If I'm being 100,000% honest, 110% honest, I think this is a better matchup and a better fight, pound for pound, than what we originally had.
I mean, yeah, pound for pound. I mean, you're looking at a 260-pound Sergey Pavlovich at 31 years old, 18-1, coming off 3 very impressive wins. Most recently, beating Curtis Blades, all by knockout. Most of his wins are that way. He's got 15 of them under his belt. And Sergey just looks like an absolute Terminator out there. He looks world class. He looks extremely hard to beat. And he's going up against one of our favorites to watch right now, a young Tommy Aspinall, 30 years old, 13-3, 10 knockouts of its own with 3 submissions, and coming off a very impressive win, TKO over Marcin Tybura. Didn't need much time. And obviously coming off the injury to Curtis Blades a while back here. Again, biggest takeaway is, man, exciting fight. 2 of the best at this weight class, like you mentioned. Concerns, as I kind of am quickly digging in here, I'm looking at Aspinall that just fought back in July 2023 here. So that was about 9 weeks ago, a few months. And not too much longer year for Sergey as well. He fought April 22nd. So both of them are going to be going in. I mean, very short notice. I guess that's kind of an even playing field. Yeah, but very fresh. And if they're just finding out today, what kind of shape are they in? 2-3 weeks outside of the actual main event. So exciting. I think that does level the playing field. I'm curious if we're going to see the best versions of them. But as you know, man, sometimes in this profession, you got to stay ready. I mean, that door can be knocking at any time, whether you're the backup, getting ready to fight, or an injury happens 10 days before, like we just saw twice this last pay-per-view. Now we're seeing it again, a little bit more advanced notice. So I think they're going to be ready. But hey, if that opportunity comes knocking on your door, you got to answer. You got to answer the bell. But man, it's hard to pick somebody. It just feels personally that Sergey is just a different animal right now, man. It's hard to bet against that guy. Would be my initial gut reaction to this fight.
So early pick for you is Sergey.
I think so, dude. I got to dig in a little bit more, but that man is scary. He
early
is a very scary man.
I like Sergey. I'm a big Sergey fanboy. If you ask me, like, who would you want to pound like 22 ounces of beer and then train with, I'd say Sergey Pavlovich.
There you go. I was like, Tommy Nassau would be fun too. Jeez, I'd do either one.
But here's the thing. Like, I think Tommy Aspinall is one of those guys that is truly the future of the heavyweight division. Not only that, but he's somebody that moves like a middleweight. And that's something that you don't see or say very often about a heavyweight fighter. He has the footwork of a middleweight fighter and the hand speed of a middleweight fighter, but the power of a heavyweight fighter, and that is a terrifying prospect of a thought in itself. So that being said, on the opposing side of him, you've got Sergey Pavlovich, which I can understand why you'd side with. Big Sergey fanboy myself. Again, when it comes to the handwork, man's got hands, dude. He's very, very quick. He's very fast. He's very strong. He's very slick. He also moves like somewhere between middleweight and light heavyweight. But the differentiator is the grappling. I think if worst case scenario, Sergey gets him in a lot of trouble, Tommy will take him down and negate it. And honestly, he will just jump right onto his back and take a submission at any chance he gets. Whereas Sergey is going to be a little bit more of a meat and potato style grappler, right? He's got more of a striking acumen. He's much better with his hands. One of the better heavyweight boxers we've seen in years. I think he's the best heavyweight boxer we've seen since Stipe Miocic, aforementioned name. So that being said, I truly think that both men have their work cut out for them. I don't think this is an easy fight for either man going into the octagon. I think this is going to be a 2 to 3 round fight at least and at most. So I think it doesn't finish before the second round, and I think it doesn't go past the third round because both these guys are very live for a finish. Early betting pits, I don't obviously know what the odds are because this literally just got dropped. Breaking news. But if I had to sprinkle something on it, I'd probably say early odds are going to be fight to finish in the second round, fight to finish in the third round, or simply hedging a little bit of money on both sides of the wager here on inside the distance. So I think either one of these guys are very, very live for a finish. I don't think it goes for a decision, especially with this being a headliner. 5-round fights and heavyweights don't tend to happen. So, and when they do, they don't tend to happen. So I think this is going to be a finish, guys.
I love that. On short notice as well. Again, that's a safe bet. And man, a fight that we're both excited to see, it sounds like. And I think we're both getting way quicker than we anticipated. But nobody's mad at that, man. Let's go. Two guys in their prime, duking it out.
I got to be honest. I knew this was going to be a fight that we would see, like you said, a lot sooner than expected. Didn't think we'd see it at this trajectory in their career, but I'm happy we did. And that being said, guys, I'll do a shot to that.
Cheers, brother.
I knew you'd have one lined up. Let's go, baby.
Come on.
Come on.
In my whiskey glass, but
let's go.
Man, exciting. Tune in November 11th, y'all.
November 11th, man, literally right around the corner. These guys are both absolute studs for stepping up on such short notice. And that being said, guys, man, I would love to see in the comment section below who you think is going to take this fight. If you're new to the channel, if you're old to the channel, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, smash that bell for notifications. And as always, we'll see you next time, guys. Keep the passion for mixed martial arts alive and make sure you tune in every week.
You've been listening to the MMAnomaly Show. No filter. As you may have been able to tell, we dig the MMA, and our passion is to dive deep into the upcoming fights, give you our expert breakdowns, and help you make sense of all the chaos that is the fight game. We hope you've enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review. We'll be back soon, but in the meantime, make sure to find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch at MMAnomaly. Be cool, and we'll see you next time.